Good evening. It is Thursday evening, March 26th. We just finished Rosh Chodesh Nisan. We have just entered the second day of Nisan. Erev Shabbos Kodesh, Parshat Vayikra. Just a quick thought for you to consider going into Shabbos, going into Erev Shabbos. And that relates to the beginning of the Parsha. The beginning of the Parsha begins Vayikra el Moshe, that God called to Moshe, something that God does rather frequently over the course of our Torah. God is often calling to Moshe, but here it's the word Vayikra is written with a very small aleph. And tradition tells us that there's a major difference between the word as it would be without the aleph versus with the aleph. You see, without the aleph, the word is Vayikar. Vayikar is related to the word Mikra. Mikra is happenstance, with no rhyme, no reason. Whereas Vayikra means and God called for a specific purpose, for a specific reason, with a specific address, namely Moshe. And tradition has it that Vayikar is the way that God appears to prophets of the other nations of the world. Whereas Vayikra, with purpose, with direction, targeted calling, is the way Hashem reveals himself to the prophets of the Jewish people. And Moshe, in his humility, wanted to be compared and similar to the prophets of the world, of the nations of the world, Vayikar. And God says no. When whatever situation you, Moshe, are in, it is Vayikra. There's a reason, there's a purpose. And I understand that you, Moshe, want to be humble about it, so I'll split the difference with you. It'll say Vayikra, but it'll have a very small aleph. And if you look in the Tikkun, if you look in the way that it is written in the Torah, the aleph is smaller than a normal aleph. Because for Jews, there is nothing that happens by chance. There is no Vayikar. For Moshe, for the Jewish people, for any one of us, everything in our lives is Vayikra, with an aleph. There's a purpose. There's a meaning. There's something that we are supposed to learn and grow as a result of whatever experience it is we have. It's not happenstance. It's not Vayikar. It's not, there is rhyme and reason. We may not understand it, and it may be very difficult for us to see, but it's there. And sometimes we find the Vayikra, we find the reason and the purpose and the meaning provided for us. But sometimes to change Vayikar, happenstance, to Vayikra, a sense of purpose and meaning, it is us, it is we, who need to put the aleph in. A very small aleph, but a small aleph makes all the difference. And so I would encourage you, just as I did last week, to think about what it is that you are going to do. What is it that you are going to contribute in your own way, in your own unique way with your God-given talents, that will change a situation that for many of us feels like Vayikar. It is out of our control. It is chaos. It doesn't make any sense, no rhyme, no reason. And yet if we inject ourselves and interject ourselves into the situation by adding our little aleph, by adding our little contribution to the picture, we can provide for ourselves, for our families, for our neighbors, for those around us, for Klal Yisrael, and for the world, a sense of Vayikra, a sense that there is purpose, there is meaning from all that is happening. I can't tell you what your aleph is, but I can tell you that if you add an aleph, something, in your relationship with God, in your relationship with yourself, in your relationship with your fellow human being, that you can change a situation that feels like chaos, that feels like there's no reason and there's no meaning to it, and add a sense of Vayikra. Just as God called to Moshe, so too by our adding our little aleph to the situation, can we feel as if God is calling to us as well. I wish you a good Erev Shabbos and a Shabbat Shalom.